Hey BookTube, so I am supposed to be editing my bookshelf tour right now, but yeah, I'm being lazy about it. Don't worry, it'll be up. It's just taking a little bit more time than I realized because of the way that I filmed it. I was requested to make sure that all the covers were shown and that the way that my bookshelf is organized, it's a little bit difficult to hold a camera and pull out all of the books, so I did it a certain way so that everyone could be happy, but this certain way requires more editing. Hopefully I will have it up by the end of this week. So on to what this video is actually about. The topic for this video is book to movie comparisons and why I hate this movie. Yes, we're going to talk about why I hate this movie, and it is going to be a rant and there will be spoilers. So if you have not read this book or seen this movie, you should not be watching this. About 2 days ago, I finished reading The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, and I loved this book. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Such a wonderful adventure book. I was a little bit hesitant about this book. I know everybody says this book is amazing, and I feel like I should not have had any doubts, but the fact that I watched the movie a couple years ago is actually what gave me my doubts. Because I thought the movie was okay when I first watched it, and so I was like, well, the storyline's the same. I might only think this book is okay, and it's such a loved series that I don't want to feel like it's just okay. I want to love it. I want to feel the same way about this book series that everybody else feels. But I went ahead and read it, and I feel the exact same way. You guys, this book is so awesome. Non-stop adventure. And it's such a quick read, too. Like, it's got 375 pages. It's a really quick read. It took me only about 2 sittings to read this. So yeah, I'm into book 2 already. Probably gonna finish it tonight because it's a lot shorter than this one. So last night I was telling my boyfriend, hey, we should watch the movie because it's been many years since I've seen it, and I could have sworn some things were different about it. So I just want to look and see what the differences are. So I did. Yeah, like everything is different about this book. What's going on there? From the smallest detail to the largest detail, it is all different. Literally, the only similarities in this are their names. For example, he's supposed to be 12, but I got over that fact because it's a movie and sometimes they do that because they can't find actors to age to play, or maybe they just want them to be older. Whatever the reason, that was fine. I was okay with him being older. Then there was things like Annabeth being brunette in the movie, and she's supposed to be blonde, and she has blue eyes in the movie too, and she's supposed to have like the prettiest gray eyes. Why? Like, those are details that are so tiny but so well known to the reader. Why can't you just dye the girl's hair blonde? It's not that hard to do. It takes probably like an hour. Speaking of characters that don't look the way they're supposed to look, why was Uma Thurman Medusa? That whole scene in Medusa's lair wasn't anything like it was supposed to be. You had the fact that they basically just walked into this like abandoned emporium when it was actually supposed to be that the lady invited them in and they were hungry and she fed them, and it was supposed to be an older lady. And instead, in the movie, it's an abandoned emporium, and we have a young Uma Thurman just randomly walking around. The way that the movie and the book even start are completely different. Other characters that don't look anything like they're supposed to look are, let's see, Hades. Hades in the movie looks like a motorcycle biker dude, which is actually supposed to be what Ares looks like. Which, by the way, where the hell was Ares in that movie? Where? I mean, he's very important to the plot line as far as the part with the helm being taken. And where was that? The whole thing with Hades' helm being taken wasn't even in the movie. Why are they missing these things? Also, their journey to the different places to find the pearls made no sense at all, because in the book, the pearls were given to him towards the end and right before they go down to the underworld. All they were doing was heading west to the underworld and just happened to stop at certain places that had things that wanted to kill them. Not that they had to go to certain destinations to find the pearls, because that was not in the book. So, anyways, they get the pearls, and they go to the underworld. Then another character missing was, and he was such a minor character, but I thought his small part in the book was actually kind of funny. And that was the guy that was guarding the gate to the underworld. I think his name was Charon. If he was the skeleton guy driving the boat, he was not nearly as funny or sarcastic. Also, the underworld looked nothing like the description in the book. Let's also talk about what time of year it is and why a certain character should not have even appeared in the movie. It is like June or July. It is summertime, and yet Persephone is in the underworld. Now, if you know your Greek mythology without even having read this book, you should know that Persephone during the summertime is up on the surface. That is her one time that she gets to leave the underworld and live on the surface for a little while. And yet, here she is in the movie, down in the underworld, acting all slutty. Like, where did her character even come from? Like, she had no appearance in this book at all. And they just decided, we need a slutty Persephone chick in this movie with her boobies hanging out, and she's gonna help them get out of the underworld. No, that's not how they get out. Not to mention, why didn't they bring up Cronus? Because it was brought up in this book, and I'm pretty sure that has to do with the rest of the movies. Maybe it's because they're not planning on making all of the books into movies, so they don't want to turn it into some big thing. Okay, that's fine, but I mean, if you're at least going to continue into the second movie, doesn't it have something to do with that anyways? So you could have hinted to it. So needless to say, I was pretty disappointed with the movie. I gave that a thumbs down. But before I read this book, it was like a and then I read the book. Yeah, no. If you have not read this book or watched the movie, do not go watch the movie. Go read this book. Or if you do want to do both, watch the movie first and then read the book, because then at least you won't be watching the movie in anger, screaming at the screen like, why is this happening? Like I was. So that was my little rant. I just had to get that off my chest because, well, I am in the middle of the second book, The Sea of Monsters, and I'm very worried for the movie. Very, very worried for the movie. And it's a much thinner book, guys. You can get it right this time. I'm barely a couple chapters in and already loving this book, and it's a lot smaller, so I should finish it tonight and move on to the third book. I'm really obsessing over this series right now, and I cannot wait to see what happens with Percy and his friends. Anyways, I need to calm down. I'm going to go read more of this and forget that that movie ever existed. Regardless of how angry I am at the first movie, I am still really excited for the second one. I don't know. It's a worried excitement though. So we'll have to see. Let me know down below, you guys, if you are excited for the second movie and if you feel the same way that I do about the first movie, if you've read the books, or know of any other differences that I didn't mention that maybe I forgot about. And if you watch the movies but you haven't read the books yet, then why are you watching this? There was all kinds of spoilers in this. I even put a spoiler alert in the title. What happened? Why are you spoiling stuff for yourself? Go read the books now. Go, and you'll see. You'll see. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.